afternoon, my name's Scott Milne. I'm the BASF Agronomy Manager in Scotland, and today I'm with David Fuller-Shapcott at Sweet Hope Farm, Kelso in the Borders. David, last year you were part of the Real Results community. What value did you put on being part of that group?
Principal value, I think, would be being an inner circle in terms of information that we got back out of it. Therefore being fairly privileged, if you like, from that point of view, and an opportunity to test one set of products against another on farm.
Have you decided which field you're choosing for this year?
Yes, I have. It's a field up on a bank south facing. It's a field of winter wheat that was sown in early October into the variety barrel, and has inherently probably quite a lot of septoria pressure there. So it'll be very interesting to see how the chemistry compares.
What do you see as your key problems this year in terms of disease control?
I think probably we will be staring down the face of septoria issues this year.
Do you see a need for increased application rates given the state of the weather that we've had so far?
I think that the thing that will dictate that will be whether we're prevented from getting our timings right. If our timings can be got spot on in terms of particularly the key T1 and T2 targets, if we can get those absolutely spot on, I don't see any obvious reason for needing to change the dose rate. More likely the dose rate change would be in response to reduced efficacy over, as we're seeing with triazoles in particular.
Looking at just farming in general, David, do you see much opportunity moving forward?
I've always been a glass half full person. I think there will be opportunity. I have to say at the moment it's quite difficult to see exactly where that might come from. We are challenged without a doubt weather-wise, but also grain market-wise, and particularly with Brexit is a major challenge for us. There should be opportunities that arise out of that. How we take them and what we get from them is a bit unclear. It's trying to manage the business so that we're in a position to be able to take the opportunities is clearly something that we need to be concentrating on.
Yeah, this will put you on the spot a bit, but what do you see as the 5 biggest risks to farming in terms of crop production or other aspects of your farming business?
I think the number one biggest risk will be the prospects for post-Brexit cheap imports, and where that will leave us from a competitive point of view, particularly with the reduction in subsidy levels which are expected. So that is undoubtedly a big challenge. I think fungicide resistance and coupled with that the removal of fungicides from the list of available active ingredients is another issue, and those two together make a fairly uncomfortable viewing if you look at a 5-year profile. The bigger challenges for us will be the politicians and what we get thrown at us in terms of the regulatory requirements.
You're also very good at allowing us to do trials in your farm. Do you find that useful?
I'm sure I'm happy to have trials here because they provide us with useful information. I do find it useful, yes. We get to see things perhaps a little bit earlier in the development cycle than we might otherwise do, but also it's an opportunity to try something here and see how it compares with other things here. And the best will in the world, what happens on your own farm is more important than what happens in a trial site somewhere else.
BASF. We create chemistry.